Hey everybody, and welcome to this new book haul video. I'm Inks Laura 123, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you and telling you about some of the new books that I've got recently. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy watching. Now, if you do enjoy watching the video, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Also, don't forget to smash that notification bell to all notifications. So yeah, thank you so much for choosing to watch me and my little channel here on YouTube. It really does mean a lot to me. And to my fellow bookworm buddies out there who are watching right now, let me know in the comments section what book you are currently reading and if you're enjoying it or not. Oh, and also let me know if there's any new books coming out that you are excited for. I love reading your comments, so please do interact with me. Okay, so some of these books are from the library, some of these are brand new, and some I've got second hand. Okay, so we're going to start with the book that I'm currently reading. This is literally the book of the moment. I'm loving this book so much. So this author is Lauren Munoz, and this is called Murder High. Now, I read her last book, which was called Suddenly a Murder, and that was very good as well. I really enjoyed it. So if you're into your YA thrillers, honestly, I do recommend this. I'm loving getting to know like the different characters and their backstory and how it's all going to come together. But yeah, it's a mixture of a thriller and dark academia. It says here it was only meant to be a game. It didn't end up just being a game. But yeah, basically it's set at this private school, and these characters are on like a criminology course, and every year they do this kind of like fake murder, and the students have to work out who's been murdered. Only this time around, the actual person who was pretend murdered has actually been real murdered, and they have to solve who's done it. But obviously there's more to it. There's backstory, there's the characters, how they all kind of entwine with each other. But I'm really enjoying it, and I super love this cover. Like, I love this cover so much. But as I said, I really enjoyed her last book. So as soon as I saw that she had a new book, I had to get it. But yeah, this is my current read. So if you like YA thrillers, definitely check this out. I do like, obviously, adult thrillers, but I think with YA thrillers, they're not quite so heavy. They're not quite so dark themed. I don't know, they just feel a bit... I know they're thrillers, but they're a bit lighter thrillers. I don't know. But yeah, this one is flowing really good, and I'm liking the characters. I'm not like loads into it. I'm only on like page 59, but already I'm just loving it. By the way, this is my bookmark. I think I've shown this in a previous video, but if I haven't, I'm showing you now. Nathan got me this for my birthday. So I actually had this design of bookmark before, but it was in like that kind of cardboardy kind of feel, whatever it is. But this is like a metal bookmark, so it's brilliant. It doesn't break, it doesn't rip, it doesn't bend, and yeah, I think it's really cool. My little witchy there. So yeah, that is my current read. It's called Murder High. Okay, right, so where are we going to go next? Where are we going to go? Okay, let's go for the two new books that I literally got today. I got this morning. I was in Waterstones, which is my favourite bookshop. I love a bit of Waterstones, and I did have Waterstones vouchers for my birthday, so I always feel like this is kind of like getting free books. Like, I'm not having to spend my money. These are like, you know, gifts that I get to spend. And when I got the vouchers, you know, normally, I'll be honest, when I get Waterstones vouchers for Christmas or my birthday, I'll literally go that week and just go and spend them. But I thought, no, I'm going to kind of hold back this time. I'm going to just leave it a little while and wait till there's really books that I really want. I sound like I'm a Spice Girls song. But yeah, so these two are both hardbacks. I'd heard of one of them. One of them had been on my radar for a while since I'd started like reading about it and seeing it on social media and stuff. The other one I've never heard of, and I'll be honest, I was just drawn to the cover. You'll see why in a minute. But the first one I want to show you is by Shannon Mayer, and it's called Neverthorn. Okay, this is a dark academia, and it's a fantasy. And I look at this cover. First of all, how gorgeous is this cover? Yeah, it says lesson 1, save the world or die trying. It's about a bunch of misfits at this magical school. It says, welcome to Neverthorn Academy, where a bunch of magical school misfits are about to save the world, or more likely die trying. So this is number 1 in a series. I didn't really want to get any more series because I have so many series at the moment, and I'm like, right, don't buy any more series, Laura, because I need to get through the series I've already got. But there we go. I couldn't resist this one, and I look at that cover. I am very much a person who, I know they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I do. I do like a good cover. I'm just seeing if there's any form of map or anything. There isn't. What's underneath? Oh, it's just plain. It's a bit boring. I thought there'd be like something on the cover. Anyway, but yeah, so this is the first book that I wanted to show you. Look at it. It's beautiful. But yeah, I like the sound of it. I don't know. It kind of just like this academy and there's magic and I like the fact that they're misfits. Like, I don't know. I'm quite excited to get to know the characters and see all the magic and stuff like that. So that is the first book, and as I say, it's by Shannon Mayer, and it's called Neverthorn. By the way, down below in the description box, I'll put the Goodreads links to all of these books. So if you want to read more about find out what they're about, like in more detail, please do. I'll put the links to every single book that I mention. I'll put their Goodreads page link thingy. Okay, so go and check all about the books that I mentioned. Okay, so that's that one. The next one, oh my god. So this is a fantasy book, and I've never seen a cover like this. It's fantasy, but it's pastel thing. It's a pastel dragon. Look at that. It's like a hairy dragon, and it's pastel, and there's this palace, and I don't know, wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What is it underneath? Let's have a look. Oh, it's just like a creamy white and gold. Is there a map? I always look for maps in books. I'm such a nerd. No. Oh, there's little bits of art, but there's no map. Anyhow, so yeah, this is I don't really know too much about it, but it's a fantasy. It says Evenie Treadle spends her days making and selling magical items at the magpie's nest, enchanted feather that keeps off the rain, and a mechanical owl who can read aloud are among her unique inventions. That's literally, like, I picked this book up. I'll be honest, I was drawn to the cover. I saw it. I was like, oh my god, wow. And I read that first bit and I thought, yeah, that's it. I'm going to take that. In a way, I don't really want to know too much about this one. I want to kind of just delve into it fresh. Sometimes I do that. I don't read up too much about the book. I just go into it and see what happens. But it says at the back, what is magic? Is it energy? Is it a dream come to life? I just... wow. By the way, it's called Rain Cloud Palace. I don't know how long it's been out. Honestly, I've never seen it. I've never heard it anywhere about it. You know, some books, like, you know, you see everywhere. But, like, I don't know anything about this. But I'm kind of excited for it. Like, I just think it's beautiful. And it sounds really, like, fun and magical. Magical. Okay, so the next book I want to show you. This was a pre-order that turned up. By the way, sorry, I'm getting really bad hives come up. I'm trying to, like, really subtly hide them with my hair, but I can't. Just going to do this. Like, I've got a beard or something. There you go. Just going to have to deal with it. Your girl's got hives. I think it's because I just feel really hot. It is really hot at the moment, humid. So, yeah, whenever I get hives, it comes up around my neck and face sometimes. But anyway, just my hair doesn't matter, okay? Moving on. Yes, so I pre-ordered this book. I read the first one, which was How to Survive a Horror Movie, and I loved it so, so much. And the way it ended, I was like, oh no, surely you can't just leave it as one book. And sure enough, it has become, like, you know, a dual. I think, well, it's either duology or a series. I'm thinking it's going to be a duology, but I could be wrong. Obviously, I haven't read this one yet to see how it ends. But so this is How to Survive a Horror sequel by Scarlett Dunmore. And honestly, if you like YA horror, it's not too heavy, but like towards the end it did get a little bit spooky and dark, which I loved. That is the cover of the other one, How to Survive a Horror movie. So yeah, you need to read that one first, obviously follow on the story and the characters from the first one. It says here, this sequel really packs a punch. More ghosts, more murders, and more survival rules. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how it carries on. I don't want to give too much away, because if you've not read the first book, I will ruin it for you, and I don't want to do that. But how cool is this cover as well? I'm saving this till around about like October, like maybe last week of September, first week of October, because I want to do like a spooky reads kind of TBR. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is How to Survive a Horror sequel. I'm very, very excited to read that. Okay, so I've got a few library books. Actually, I've got quite a lot of library books out at the moment. I don't know, I always feel like really guilty with library books, as I think, oh, what if someone's like waiting for it? Because I know what it's like when I've ordered a book on the website, on the library website, and it feels like forever that, you know, I get it. And I'm like, I hope someone's not just sitting there around waiting for my little book. So I do try and read my library books first. If I can, I do try and renew them. If no one's like ordered them, then I will renew them, so it gives me a bit longer time, a bit of leeway kind of thing. But I do try and put them, you know, at the forefront to read. So this one is called The Under History by Karen Warren. Another book that you know, look, some books are really kind of publicized on social media and booktube and stuff like that, and or magazines and stuff. You hear about them, you read about them. But other books I'm just drawn to. Like, I've not seen or heard about them. I feel connected to them. I don't know. And sometimes that's a good thing, because I feel drawn for a reason. Other times I'm like, yeah, I wish I wouldn't have bothered with that one. So it goes either way. But yeah, The Under History, I saw this in the library. So in my local library, they have these like little tables that are like themed. And so you'll have a book display of all, I don't know, books to do with the theatre, or books to do with being on a boat, or, you know, things like that. This one was on the, I think it was, what was it? Houses? Something, maybe Houses theme. But yeah, I don't know. I saw the cover, thought it looked cool. And then I read about it and I was like, oh my God. A gothic tale with all the suspense and menace of page-turning crime fiction. So this is a horror slash crime, which I love horror books. I love thriller crime books. So to mix the two is great. It's this really like creepy old house where they do like ghost tours and stuff. But then like real stuff starts to hit the fan, and there's, yeah, I don't want to say too much about books because I don't want to ruin stuff, but this is going to be, I think, really creepy, and I'm all for it. Part of me wants to save it till October, but because of the library thing I can't, so I'm just going to have to read it like mid-September. But yeah, I like the idea of like this haunted house and having like tours of the house, and then there's murders start to happen in this house. Is it like murders, or is it from the spirits? Are they like evil ghosts and stuff? I don't know, because I haven't read it yet. But yeah, a gothic thriller, horror, mystery. Yeah, I think it sounds cool. So that is called The Under History by Karen Warren. Right, so the next book I've got is from an author I've read before, and I really, oh no, it's not that one. Where is it? I really liked it. His old book. Oh, here it is. So yeah, Benjamin Dean. I read How to Die Famous. I don't know if you can see that tiny picture of the cover. That was such a fantastic book. So I knew I'd read it and I knew I liked it. So I went on my Goodreads page. By the way, the link to my Goodreads page is down below in the descriptions. Come and follow me on there. See what books I've read, want to read, that kind of thing. And I was like, I'm sure I liked his last book. And when I looked, I'd give it a 5-star. And I thought, oh yeah, okay. So my rating is on Goodreads is like 1 star is like, I just didn't like it at all. I DNF'd it. 2 stars was, I didn't really like it, but I didn't DNF it. I kind of skimmed through to see what happened. 3 stars is, it was good. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't amazing. 4 stars for me is like, I really loved it. Like, it was really good, but I didn't like the characters, or there was just something missing for me. And 5 stars is, it was blooming amazing on every level. So I love the characters, the story, the world, or whatever. Like, I just adore it. So that's how I kind of rate books. So if this, like his last one got a 5 from me, then clearly I really enjoyed it. So I knew I did, but I couldn't remember. I read a lot of books, I can't remember everything. But yeah, Benjamin Dean, this is his brand new book. It's called Bury Your Friends. It says, keep your enemies close, bury your friends. It's a YA thriller, perfect, privileged, entitled, envious, messy, and murderous. So yeah, I'm all for this kind of like YA thriller. Honestly, I went through a stage like a few years ago where literally all I would read is YA thriller, and then now I do read a bit of this, bit of that. So I kind of mix things up a bit, but there was a stage where I would literally just read YA thriller. They are like one of my favourite genres to read, because obviously I love adult thrillers as well, but I think with YA, just the way they flow is differently, and also like they're not so dark. Some of the descriptions in the book, obviously you're dealing with murder or whatever the crime is, but it's not full on, it's not too much. I think sometimes with adult fiction, with the thrillers, they can be a bit too detailed, and it makes me a bit, either a bit gory or a bit like, I don't know, just, Anyway, but I do like both, but I think this sounds cool. They're at this academy, and, oh yeah, I think it's like a Halloween party or something, if I remember rightly. There's some form of party, and then people die. People die. But yeah, as I say, I will link all of these books down below, so go and check them out and find out more about it. Normally in these type of videos I go into more depth, I read the back of the book to you, but I feel like it takes too long and I think people get bored, like your attention span's like doo, 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 doo. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to say a little bit about the book, give you a little bit of a teaser, a bit of a tease, and then down below, as I say, the links are there. If you like the sound of something, just go read about it and see if it is something for you. Okay, another book I got from the library is The Wasp Trap by Mark Edwards. I'm sure I've read Mark Edwards before. I think it's one of his little quick reads he's done. But anyway, this is a new thriller. 6 friends, a reunion dinner, and a secret you can't escape. So I love, love, love these books where they're like a group of friends and there's like all these secrets from the past and they all kind of get together at an event or a place or whatever, and then all these little secrets come out bit by bit, and obviously, yeah, someone's going to get murdered, let's be honest. So it says everyone in the house has something to hide about what really happened that summer, but only one of them is willing to kill to find the truth. So yeah, I was waiting ages for this at the library. So a lot of people had this book. Honestly, I was so low down on the list. So I finally got it. Okay, so another, sorry to say this, YA thriller is this one by Denise Brown. It's called No One Keeps a Secret. That is the cover. There's all these like shoes and cinema tickets and stuff. So it said, who said small towns were boring? In a town full of whispers, silence... Sorry, I'll start that again. In a town full of whispers, silence speaks volume. There we go. Oh yeah, this was it. This is set in an abandoned theme park. And there's an old camera strip. A corpse is found. Like, it just, yeah. A sleepy little village isn't quite as dull and predictable as they thought it was. So another thing that I love, right, actually 2 things that this book has got that I love, right, in books. One is I love abandoned theme parks and things in books. And I also love books that are set in, like, small little villages and towns. Like, I don't know. I just really like it. So, yeah, that is called No One Keeps Secret by Denise Brown. Okay, and the other, I think I've got, yeah, 2 more library books to show you. And then some other books that I've got secondhand and 1 new one. So this is Olivia Blake January's. This is a mixture of short stories of love, magic and betrayal. I don't know. Part of me is like, should I take this one back? I don't really like collections of short stories. I don't know what it is. I've tried before, like anthologies. I don't know. But I just saw this. I remember being in the library, just flicking through, and some of the artwork is so... I love the way that Olivia Blake like puts some beautiful like artwork in her books. I know it's not... I'm getting it for the stories, not the art, but like she just puts some really lovely art in it. And I don't know. I like fantasy and stuff. So, and the titles of some of the stories, just I don't know. They made me intrigued. So yeah. I don't know. Part of me is like, should I take this back? Am I really going to read it? But part of me is like, let's just give it a go. Even if I just read a couple of the stories. So yeah, she's the author who done the Atlas 6, which I've got to be honest, I wasn't that keen on that series. So I don't know. But I saw that. But yeah, I don't know. Stories of love, magic and betrayal. We'll see how it goes. Meh. Not sure about that. Not sure. Right, and the other book, the last book that I've got out from the library at the moment is called LA Women by Ella Berman. 2 women, 1 story, and betrayal is the cost of ambition. How cool is this cover? This reminds me of, what is it, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is one of my favourite books of all time. I love Daisy Jones and the Six. So yeah, I saw this cover and I was like, yeah, sounds good. When I read about it as well, after a steady descent from literary stardom, Lane Warren is back. So yeah, it's about 2 friends. I will read this one to you because it's a bit hard to describe. So it says she secured a new book deal based off the life of her sometime friend and more often rival, Gala. Lane's only problem is that notorious free spirit Gala has been missing for months. 10 years earlier, Gala was a charming socialite and Lane was a Hollywood outsider amidst the glittering 1960s LA party scene. Though they were never best friends, Lane found Gala sharp and compelling, and Gala liked that Lane took her seriously. They were both writers and they were drawn to each other. That was until Gala's star began to rise and Lane grew envious. And Lane did something that she wouldn't ever be able to take back. Changing both of their lives. Says this book is bold, dazzling, with lots of tension. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it sounds really cool. And I love this cover. So there we go. They are all my library books. I have a lot out. I need to get reading so I can get back to the library. Right, I've also got 3 more books to show you. Now, these 2 here are secondhand. Got these the other day. I was in the charity shop. If you go charity shopping, it's always worth looking for books because you can get some fantastic books, really cheap prices, and obviously it's a charity, so your money that you're spending is going to a good cause, which, you know, always makes me feel good as well. Even if I buy a book from them, it's not that great. I think, well, at least I've donated, you know, at least I've given some money to the charity. But yeah, I got a Danielle Steele book, which I have to be honest, right? Danielle Steele is my little guilty pleasure. I do enjoy her books. They're very much like, I don't know, real life fairy tales. I know a lot of the books kind of feel the same when I read her. Like, they always start off like you're getting to know the characters slowly but surely. You get like hooked into their story and their character, and then something really awful happens to them. Like a disaster happens, something really awful, but then they come back and they fight through and they struggle through, and there's always a happy ending pretty much. I know that from when I started Danielle Steele book, but I don't care because sometimes you need a little bit of fairy tale in your life, you know. I don't know how to pronounce this one. I think it's Palazzo. Anyway, you know. But yeah, sometimes dreams do come true. It says a spellbinding story of love, family, and legacy. I love the way that Danielle Steele puts like the real kind of family stories in. You know, you get all the backstory of the characters and their family and their connection. I love that. I think this is set. Was it Italy, possibly? Oh yeah, in Italy. And it's something to do with like really flash handbags or something. Anyway, I don't know. I just saw Danielle Steele. It was like £1. I got it. And then I got this one here by Stacey Willingham called All the Dangerous Things. Very pacey and sinister, apparently, this book. What if the past is better off left buried? I have seen so many people say this is a great thriller. So when I saw it in the charity shop, and it's a hardback, I paid £1 for this one as well, and I was like, ooh, look at this creepy cover. That is such a cool cover. Like, I love it. This is about a missing boy. Like, her son has gone missing. Everyone tells her to move on, but she wants to keep his story alive. Someone knows what's happened to my son. I'm going to find them. So yeah, it says it's like a gothic suspense thriller. So once again, mixing that thriller with horror, I'm all for it. So yeah, and I've honestly heard so many good things about this book. So I'm very excited to see what it's all about. Is it worth all the hype? Okay, and the last book I want to show you. Now, you are going to, like, probably be angry with me now. I don't know. Like, we're all entitled to our own views and opinions, okay? So I bought this one. Okay, I got this actually from where I work, so I did get my staff discount on it, which is good, because we sell books at the shop that I work at. Anyhow, so this is Wednesday, and it's a novelisation of season 1 of the show that is obviously on Netflix, the series. So when I was a kid, loved the Munsters. I loved the Addams Family. Like, it was my jam. I loved it, right? Did I just say it was my jam? Why did I even say that? I never say that. It was my jam. Where have I got that from? I've obviously got that saying from someone. Anyway, it was my thing. There we go. That's more me. But here's the thing, right? Here's why you're not going to like me, probably. I cannot stand this girl, this actress. I can't even remember her name. Is it Jenna or Tiga or whatever? Honestly, I can't. I don't like her. Sorry. Like, no. She's just, I don't like her. Even in interviews, she just has that miserable look. Like, I get the character. Like, this, obviously, Wednesday's a miserable character. I get that, the dark, the miserable. But she looks like that all the time. And just some of the stuff she said and done, it's not my thing. I don't like her. I can't watch it. But I really want to watch the show because I love Wednesday. But because she's in it, I'm like, no, I can't. Look, at the end of the day, even if you love this actress, I'm sorry to offend you, but we're all going to have actors and actresses or singers that we disagree on. You know, someone might love them, some might hate them, or whatever. Or hate's a strong word. Dislike. There we go. That's better. I dislike her. Okay. And I want to watch the show on Netflix, but I just can't do it because I can't stand her. So the next best thing I thought was to get the book. And look, I just think it's going to be cool. In a way, reading the story of the show, it might be better, because I do always think the book is better than the show or the film. So that is what's worrying me at the moment, because the Thursday Murder Club has come on Netflix a few days ago, and I absolutely love the series. Richard Osman, Thursday Murder Club, one of my favourite, best series of all time, right? But I'm just worried they're going to ruin it, like the way they're turning it on to the screen. And I don't know why they've cast Piers Bronson. Like, I just can't see him as Ron. I mean, obviously, I am going to watch it. I'm going to give it a fair chance, but anyhow, I do prefer the book, what I'm saying, compared to a film version or the TV series of a book. But yeah, so I got that. And what I'm going to do, this is really weird. I got this sticker from work, right? I think this was on some sweets or whatever. And don't hate me, but I can only read... God, I can only read this book at the time if I've got that sticker on her face. That's the only way, and I know that is really petty and stupid, but there we go. I'm petty and stupid, whatever. So yeah, I've got Wednesday, but I'm only going to read it with a sticker on her face. Okay. I just realised I've got 2 more books here. There was me saying I've got no more books. Okay. 2 quick books. Oh God, these are library books as well. Right, really quickly then. So we've got The Summer Party by Kate Gray. You're dying to be there, now you're killed to leave. I love these thrillers where they're set in like an exotic island, and they're all there for a party or for a work thing, and then yeah, one by one you get murdered and stuff. This says it's a twisty sun-soaked lock room thriller which will leave you breathless. The sun goes down, the murders begin. Set in a luxury hotel. Another thing that I love in books is when they're set in a hotel. I don't know why, but I do. So yeah, that one is there. And also, like I've got my little guilty pleasure with Danielle Steele, I also have a little guilty pleasure for Carol Kirkwood books, who in the way is very, for me anyway, very similar to Danielle Steele in the fact that it's that real life fairy tale that, you know, you get to know the characters and their families, their relationships. Something bad normally happens, a bit of drama, and then it's a happy ending normally. So very similar. I think that's why I like her books. And she has really beautiful locations as well, like Danielle Steele does in a lot of her ones. This one is set on the Riviera, just very glamorous, also in a hotel as well, which I love. So yeah, it says this summer one guest will change everything. So that is The Hotel on the Riviera by Carol Kirkwood. So they are all my books, my new books anyway. I do have a problem with getting books, I'll be honest. And I think, I said to Nathan, if you're new here, by the way, Nathan's my fiance. He put a ring on it, baby. That was really cheesy. But yeah, I said to him recently, because I'm trying to be so careful with my spending, money. You know, I've got paid and I think, right, I've got to pay the bills, I've got to do this, I try and be more sensible. I do obviously save money so I can have a little treat and stuff. Like, that's what my wages is for. You know, after I've done all the serious stuff, I want money to play with and spoil myself and that. But, like, I have so improved with my spending. Whereas before, I just buy books, I buy clothes, like, I'd be buying just random shit that I don't need. Whereas now I'm really trying to buckle down with my treats, like money for my treats. So I think for me, going to the library, it's like I'm still getting that buzz of getting something new. Because obviously, to me, they are books, they are new to me, but they're free because clearly they're from a library. So I feel like I'm getting something, I'm getting the buzz of buying something without buying it. Does this make any sense? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's where I'm putting all my trying to be a good girl, not buying. But my obsession is now going into getting loads of library books. Then I start to get overwhelmed because I'm thinking, oh my God, I've got so many library books. Then I think, oh, I'm not getting to my new books that I bought. Like, what do I read first? Then I start to get like really, really overwhelmed of what book do I fancy? What book do I read next? And then yeah, it's a weird one. I'm weird. Okay. But, look, I love collecting books. I love reading books. I love talking about books. I love researching about books on the internet. I love watching booktube videos. I love watching book talk videos. I think as well, I'm so obsessed with books, but I haven't really got any bookish friends. Like, I've got a few people like online that like books and stuff, like my followers and Facebook friends and stuff, but not like, I don't know, like, I haven't got any real bookish, bookworm buddies, like in real life. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like my own little alone hobby, I suppose. So when I first met Nathan, he still is a reader, but he just doesn't read as much as I do. Like, he reads the odd book now and again now. But when I first met him, he used to read so much, and it was actually down to him that I got like back into my reading big time. It's like when I was a kid. Sorry, I'm going off on one here. I'll finish the video soon, don't worry. But like, yeah, when I was a kid, my dad used to take me to the library pretty much every week, and I used to love it. Like, looking around the kids section, getting my books, getting them, you know, stamped, and then like, it was just an exciting thing, reading them. And also then I become a teenager, obviously, and I used to read all my Sweet Valley High books, and like, yeah, my Sweet Dreams, Goosebumps, like I loved all that stuff as well. But it's only, I think, when I started to be in my 20s, I don't know, like, I just didn't, I think I've become more interested in boys and girls. Anyway, and like just going out and socialising and watching TV, and you know, in my downtime I was just watching TV or going to cinema, and I just didn't read. And it's really sad, because I think of all the years that I missed out on reading, and I think now, like, I try and make up for that by reading as much as I can, you know. But yeah, when I met Nathan, so we've been together like 13 years. Love him. And like, yeah, he was a reader, and he used to come round, like, when he, like, obviously we live together now, but when he hadn't like moved in yet, he used to come round, he used to bring all his stuff with him, and he'd always bring a book with him. He'd always have a book, and I just kind of sit watching TV, and he'd like just have a little read for a while. And I started to get jealous. I was like, oh, I want that pleasure of reading again. So I would then go to the library, and I'd start getting out a few books now and again, and we'd have like a little book club. We always called it book club, and we still do. Even now, if we're sitting together and read, I'm like, should we have a little book club? Couples book club. That's either really sad or really sweet. Make your mind up, I don't care. But I think it's sweet. But, so yeah, like, he got me back into my books, but as I say, now he doesn't really read as much as he used to, but he does, you know, if a good book comes out, he'll read it. Or if it's a new Warhammer book, he loves his Warhammer books, you know, his sci-fi stuff. But he reads a lot of non-fiction, to be fair. He does like reading his non-fiction. I pretty much only read fiction books. But like, yeah, I got with him, I started reading again, and then I got pretty much obsessed with books and reading and going to the library and buying books and obviously book stuff on YouTube. And yeah, I find reading just so fun. Like, I love it so much. It's fun. It transports you to different worlds, different characters. And when you read, you're escaping your own stress, your own worries, your own thoughts, and you're just getting into a book, getting into the story. You know, you're walking in someone else's shoes as such when you're reading as the character. I don't know, like, I really, really enjoy reading. And whenever I tell people I'm a bookworm and I read all the time, I get this paranoia. They think, oh, what a nerd, what a loser. But then I think, I don't really care what they think. And that paranoia goes, because I'm like, whatever, if you think I'm a loser, I don't really care, because I enjoy reading. Anyway, I don't even know where I'm going with this ramble. I'm so sorry. They are not my new books. Okay. We've established that I'm a bookworm and I love reading. And that's the end of the video. So let me know in the comments section what book you think sounds like the most interesting to you. Also, let me know what you're currently reading. And as I say, again, I will put the links down below to their Goodreads pages of each book. Then you can have a little more information about each one and see if you want to read it yourself. Okay, so thank you for watching. Don't forget, give this video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. A nice one. Please subscribe to my channel, that'd be fantastic. Check out my other channel as well, which is called Minxlaw123 ASMR. Links down below for that, as are all the links to my social media, so come and follow me on there. And that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Happy reading. Bye bye. And you know what I'm going to go and do now? I'm only going to go and have a blooming read. Bye.